My name is Juan Cias, and this is Walks of Life.
It was a real special one for me because Juan Cias is one of the guys that I look up to in the IE comedy scene.
Thank you, man.
And have, I think, since I started my comedy journey. So it's nice to see you, dude.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. Real quick, we announced the Walks of Life, I don't know why I got like the theme stuck in my head, just like the Walks of Life, the Walks of Life.
We could. I need to work on a theme song. Like right now, it's just good. Did we?
I know. I just did it for you.
Let's go to the studio, dude. Let's lay this down.
The Walks of Life.
Oh, shit. All right. So for people that don't know, real quick, what's your name? Who are you? And real quick, where are we right now?
My name is Juan Cias. We're at very beautiful downtown Riverside at the Tio's Tacos, legendary, like well-known established area out here. Very beautiful place. Good food. Just had a burrito.
It's a staple in the Riverside food and art and cultural scene.
Absolutely.
Everything here in the yard that makes up this beautiful courtyard of like decorations is made out of 100% trash.
Just all recycled garbage.
Yeah.
It's just fucking beautiful.
Turned into these great, immaculate and intricate sculptures. There's rocket ships, a pine tree, this weird shark thing that ate a person.
It's great.
Pooping out a mannequin head.
It's great. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it shows the ingenuity of the Mexican people, you know, just...
Yeah, it's
like,
particularly
they just took a bunch
Riverside.
of garbage, and they're just like, you know what? We're going to make something with this garbage. We're going to make beautiful, beautiful things with this garbage.
You know, I think that's kind of a weird metaphor for this podcast with both of us on it today.
Just these garbage people right now. We're going to make beautiful things with these garbage
beautiful,
people.
Beautiful things. So, Juan Cias, tell us briefly, what do you do? Obviously, you're a comedian. Well, not obviously.
Yeah, obviously at all.
Yeah,
like,
tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
I'm Juan Cias. I'm going to tell them what to say. But I'm a comedian. I also do mortuary work for the past, it's been like 13 years now doing that. So, yeah, mortician and comedian.
Right on, man. And we met each other through the comedy scene. But I really don't get to talk to you a whole lot. Like, did you grow up out here?
Yeah, I grew up out here. I was actually born in San Bernardino, raised out there to like early childhood. I would say I think I was like around 8 or 9, and then moved out of there to Moreno Valley, and then from Moreno Valley I was there till 17, and then from there to Riverside, and then been in Riverside kind of ever since, and then jumped around a few times. Made my way out to Covina at one point, and once I started the comedy, I was like, you know what, I'm going to make it out in Los Angeles. And I made like as far as Covina, and they got my ass kicked with rent, and I was like, I'm back in Riverside now.
Yeah, dude, rent in California is rough.
It's always rough.
Yeah, and it's just getting worse. But you know what? Out here is a great little scene. I think it's underlooked by most of California, but it's got a nice little vibe to it in Riverside.
Oh, absolutely.
Particularly in downtown.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little better.
Right, I would highly recommend checking it out if you wouldn't normally.
The stabbings have been like reduced to like very minimal. It's only like
very
once a month,
minimal.
you know, like
very few.
It's not bad anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a step in the right direction.
Less hookers. I don't know if that's a step in the right direction, but you know, less.
It is an
streetwalkers.
Observation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, so did you grow up thinking you would be a comedian or that you'd be working in mortuary work? How did that even come about?
Comedian-wise, I always kind of wanted to do it since I was a kid, but I never really realized it was something you can actually just do through open mics and shit. I didn't know. But the mortuary shit, like, I literally just fell into that line of work just randomly because I used to... I ran across somebody who was an old buddy of mine, and he had an empty casket in his living room, and I was like, what the fuck? So I had a bunch of questions. It turned out he was a mortician. I had so many questions. At that point, I was just delivering pizzas. And I know what the fuck I want to do with my life. And I was like, I went home and I got really high and I thought about it. I was like, dude, this is like...
I'll deliver bodies.
I was like, yeah, dude, I'll move over, line, you know, fucking different delivery service. Because that's what it was, dude. Because he was like, you know, if you want to get into it, there's basically like third-party companies that the mortuaries hire out after hours to pick up their bodies for them, because they want to make sure they're rested and shit. They're employees that work there.
Yeah.
But so they send other people to do their shit work. So I used to do the shit work for a while, but I got really good at it. I got like a lot of stories out of it. But then I met somebody who's like the one of the owners of a mortuary. She liked me the cut of my jib.
Very cool. She's like, you could have a future
right?
in body work.
Right? And I was like, thank you. So I jumped on board with her, and it's been over 10 years, just different mortuaries, just jumping around. And yeah, dude, it's been interesting. Like, yeah, I love it, man. It's a crazy line of work, man, but I fucking love it, dude.
I bet, man. I mean, so growing up, was there something you wanted to do instead? Like, did you want to become like a fireman?
No.
Or like a doctor or something?
No, I had no fucking idea what I really wanted to do, man. Like, I used to like watching that show Dirty Jobs, and I was like, dude, I like that. Like the Mike Rowe job. I was like, I want to do some dirty, just random shit like that. That sounds like it'd be dope.
Appropriately enough, man.
So
I think you've kind of hit the jackpot.
And I was always a very morbid kid when I was growing up. Like, I like seeing random shit, dude. So, yeah.
Well, fucking everybody has a calling, dude, and I think you found yours.
Yeah.
You seem to be pretty well respected in that community as well.
Yeah, it's been pretty good to me so far.
Rock on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, do you work long days? Like, do you do shifts? Is
depending.
It like per body? Or?
No, depending, basically. Right now, where I'm at...
Like, are there busy seasons?
There are definitely busy seasons. Right now, where I'm at, it's very, like, it's just always been a kind of 9 to 5 for the most part. But
cool.
There are days where you get caught up and have to stay either come in early or stay later. Those happen a lot, which I don't mind. It's a part of the job. But it is very much a seasonal thing. Like before, I mean, even I guess so much still now. How it works is during the spring, it's literally in the name of the season. Everything's springing to life. Like you see, babies are born, like little puppies and kittens. Like you see a lot of that shit come into life. Whereas in the fall, in the name of the season, there, like everything falls. Like all this shit just kind of sloughs off. The leaves and everything just kind of die. A lot of shit dies. And a lot of people die during the fall more than any kind of other season. Throughout the fall to winter, it stays really busy. And then during the spring, it normally slows down. But lately, even now, it's starting to kind of we're starting to stay busy now, I've noticed, because I think there's just more people, like the baby boomers are starting to come up to it,
Oh, I imagine, man. It's a huge population for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's no shortage of baby boomers that I've met a ton of them for sure.
Yeah.
That are doing that transition to the later ages of their life.
And that, a lot of the World War II vets and everything. Yeah. We're getting a lot of, just all the what's left of the World War II vets are coming through. And, yeah, it's always interesting to hear those stories. And, it's always, that's the part of, that's the reason I like the line of work, just being able to honor these people and just, and help them out when they're they don't know what to do. They're and I just come in there to tell them, hey, man, I'm not trying to sell you guys. I always make sure to let them know, I'm not trying to sell you guys crap. I'm trying to help you guys out with what you want to do, but this is, these are our costs and stuff like that. That's the part that sucks. You got to charge them. That's I wish, dude, it was in a perfect society, we can all fucking, it'll be, just a service we can do, and somehow we get fucking money from it. I don't know, man, because it feels weird fucking having to charge people.
It should be funded,
right?
It's like a basic weird,
right? Right?
It feels like a human right.
It does. We should be able to honor these people, because literally, if we don't fucking do something with these bodies,
you get charged, right?
You can't just have bodies piling up, there's a storage fee. That's why a lot of times.
Weird.
When people get abandoned, that shit does happen. People will abandon the bodies.
That's sad.
And it's fucked up. But I mean, some people just they don't know what to do, or they can't afford it for what There are ways and means, but people don't know what the fuck so they'll abandon the body. And when that happens, the county takes over and they just cremate it, and they have a little potter's grave depending what county it is. I know San Bernardino, it's over by the casino out there. There's a little section out there that's just kind of cordoned off. And that's where they fucking just scatter all the unclaimed bodies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just when it all comes down to it, they just get scattered out in the field.
Out in the fucking field, dude. Just a bunch of other random people and strangers, and dog shit out there. Just
go back to the earth from which you came, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we all do.
About that.
That's what we all do, though. Eventually,
Yeah. That's what's weird too, is that we can't find some way to. I saw some internet article a while back about how there's a company offering a service where they turn you into some sort of tree.
Yeah.
Or like a seedling,
Yeah, that's all bullshit, though. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Is it bullshit?
No, it's actually it's a real thing,
true.
but I've never myself actually dealt with the family wanting to actually do that. I don't even know how to go about it. Cause
everybody does. For the most part, do people want more flashier caskets and stuff like that?
No, for the most part now, the ways go on cremations, dude, because they're just so simple. They're more, economical. it's just the way to go, man. It's the hot thing to do. You know?
Quite literally.
Cremations are really hot right now, man. They're really hot right now.
That's so funny.
But dude, yeah, it's really like, because when they can afford it, then yeah, they tend to go for like the flashier stuff. But for the most part, it's more economical for them to go the other route with the cremations.
I remember having a cousin who was in charge, or not a cousin. It was like my mom's uncle was in charge of his mother's funeral services, and he was really into lowriders. And I remember the casket that he chose for her looked suspiciously like a lime green lowrider, right down to the Virgin Marys on every corner.
Right, they had pinstriping on the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. No,
I
think it did. It was. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We have families that sometimes they come in, they request stuff like that. They'll ask, "Can we take the casket home first?" You know, and they'll decorate and they'll do stuff to it. And yeah, I'm like, "Nah, absolutely, man."
That's so funny. Like
come
magnets,
pick it up.
Like fridge magnets and stuff.
Yeah, we had a biker recently. They took it home and like. They put their magnets and they put like their fucking stickers all over it. You know, they put their little stickers and little taggings all over it. And it was nice. It looked nice.
But you know, it's important that everybody does it in their own way.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, exactly. That's what I always like. I always want to make sure. Like, I always encourage families to do something. You know,
make it personal.
Think outside the box, man. Like,
I'll
work with you. Within our bounds. You know.
Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah.
Think about outside the box.
Yeah, dude.
No. So that's so rad, man. Do you interact with a lot of interesting people, a lot of various backgrounds, I imagine?
Oh man, I have a. We got time here, I think, but
we got time.
Dude, I got some random stories. I've dealt with like a couple of. I'll never forget one time. I got to work with Bill Ward of Black Sabbath, the drummer from Black Sabbath, and that just happened randomly, dude. Like we got a phone call, went in for a price shopper, and then during the price shopper, dude, like. She she liked me, so they ended up going with us. And it turns out that was like either the wife or like the assistant of Bill Ward, and he was wanting to do with us for his manager that had passed away out here, and I guess he was lifelong friends with him and shit like that. And so he wanted to take over the arrangements, and super nice guy. But then shit went down, like with the funeral home, because the place I was at, they were lagging on their and he was upset because things weren't getting done like quick enough and. And dude, it caused a big scene, but by the end of it, though, I got it all squared away. It was cool to be able to help him out and kind of make sure it got all squared away, and like he was very thankful at the end. It was just like, dude, I got him to sign a fucking album, the
so cool.
Masters of Reality album, because that was like my favorite fucking Sabbath album.
Oh, it's such a good album.
Yeah, so I went and I was like, I can't just get like a regular Sharp because it's a black album, so I had to go buy
a
special silver marker.
Fuck yeah,
so I was like, so it was like, dude, he signed it for me, dude. It's totally fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
He encouraged me to like email him and stay in contact with him, but I never really did. It was just kind of like would be weird.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes you'll meet like a hero or someone really cool, and it's like, I don't know, personally for me, it's almost like you don't want to overuse that connection. You don't want to like tamper with it. You just want to sit in the experience. It was awesome.
There was a dope experience.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was dope. Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing personal. It's like, let's just keep living our lives, man. You're awesome. You've made an impact, a positive one.
Hell yeah. He's a super nice guy. So that, man,
that's right.
Respect that guy.
And like, have you interacted with like a lot of like gangsters or like weird?
Oh yeah.
Like, is there anyone that you've ever thought, like, is this guy responsible for any of this? Or?
There were a few times where it's like, yeah, you kind of help, like, think like, this motherfucker did it. He did it. Like, he murdered his wife, man, but nothing you can do about it. It's like, you should have seen him. He was smiling the whole time.
I noticed you here with your parolee.
But no, gangster stuff like that, those, for the most part, they tend to be very respectful, for the most part.
Yeah.
The night of the fucking viewing, though, they always have, that's where shit can go weird. I thankfully have never been through a shooting, but it's happened a lot. When I was out in San Bernardino, they told me like they've had issues where over at Mountain View Cemetery, like they're at the graveside and suddenly they just start shooting.
I've heard of that too.
So it's like,
actually.
dude, it's like, damn, that's fucking gnarly. Thankfully, I've never been there for that shit. I've been there for arguments and for fucking just random fucking.
You had to stop
moments,
an argument
little
before?
dramas. Yeah, I have a bit about it.
It's so weird.
But like, dude, yeah, it was random. Like they were fucking. It was during the arrangements. It was these three sisters, man. They were just going at it, dude. And, like, they were fucking yelling at each other. And I fucking had to run back in there and just scream. And I was like, calm down. Like, like it was a random moment, dudes. But they were literally about to start physically fighting each other. Like one of them got up and they were about to and when I went in there, they were like on the other side of the room. And they were about to grab her, and I was like, "Fuck!" Dude. So I was like, "Yeah." I ran back in there, and I was like, "Calm down, calm." I was like, "Ladies."
Right?
Like,
yeah. This is a funeral,
like,
not a boxing match.
Right. This is a fucking be respectful.
Yeah, they're literally bodies here
Right.
that we're trying to mourn. Like, you shouldn't be adding to the count.
Yeah, exactly.
So funny, man.
I mean, we'll take the business, but come on, this is just ridiculous.
Tony and referrals over there. We take this outside the wake.
Right.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of random moments like that. I love it.
I bet, man. And like, I've heard, I mean, we've talked about this before. I remember one time we were eating at the Riverside Food Lab. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, the food lab. Yeah,
we were talking
good spot.
about like dead bodies and like interesting fact that I don't think anybody else out there would be able to share that I remember you told me. Apparently dead bodies are a little sweet over time.
The smell can get very the smell gets very sweet, almost like milk when it's going bad, but just like
So
it's just like a little bit more of a sweeter smell to it. It's strange, And then when I was doing the cremations, I used to actually physically do the cremations myself.
Yeah.
That certain times, dude, when you're depending, I hate to say it, depending on the ethnicity, it alters the smell, dude. Like when I was doing Mexican,
man.
dude,
So
Mexican smells delicious. It just smells like
It's
Mexican
so
food, bro. Like,
fucking funny.
yeah,
People smell like the food. Why wouldn't they?
right? It's just like
We are the food we eat.
We are what we eat, man.
Yeah.
Mexican is always just delightful.
Oh man, I imagine like, are vegans? Is that a good smell? You think? You need to look out for that one.
Depending, because depending
Right, yeah.
on, because some vegans like I'm a vegan, but then they just eat nothing but like candy bread and
It's
just like
true.
that's it. And it's like that doesn't really count.
It's my kind of veganism. It's so funny, man. Yeah, it's so cool that you get to experience a side of life that I don't think anybody else really gets to see outside your industry.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Are the people generally pretty cool that you work with too?
The ones that I work with, yeah, for the most part, they've always been pretty cool. There's one person at the last place I worked at that the guy was just a racist piece of crap, and
That
it's like
sucks.
I couldn't like, man, I couldn't deal with him anymore. So that I ended up leaving that place, and I'm glad for that. Where I'm at now, everyone's really great. And
Good, man.
I'm not there for them, I'm there for the clientele. I'm there
Yeah,
I'm
as
there
you
for the
should
bodies.
Yeah. I'm not here for anybody's. I'm here for these bodies.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
That's so cool, man. All right. Well, like, so you didn't ever intend to do this. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
And it seems like this is the place you need to be. This is exactly where you need to be because it seems so perfect for you. I can't imagine Juan Cias without the mortuary services at this point.
Yeah, it'd be weird for me. Like, I enjoy the comedy, man. And, like, if I were, like, I don't know. People always ask me if I want to do the comedy or, if it came up for me, to actually do that instead of the mortuary shit. It's like I would have to really give that a lot of thought, man, because like, I love the
feel you,
mortuary
dude.
shit. But at the same point, dude, if I can have the opportunity to just do fucking comedy, oh my god, that'd be amazing. I think I'd be fine with that, Now I'm getting more
Right.
accepting of that because it's like, yeah, enjoy it, and I have more time to fucking write and to do this shit. Because right now, I'm fucking overwhelmed, man. Like I do the day
dude,
job,
yeah.
and then
I feel you.
helping produce shows and stuff like that. It's just like it gets tiring, man.
I hear you, dude. It's a juggling act. I mean, we're spending our free time on a Sunday outdoors at Tio's podcasting. We should be like enjoying life.
Right, but here
Not
we
that
are.
this isn't fun. This is fun too.
This is great. Yeah,
This is pretty cool.
This is
I gotta
great.
admit.
I need this. This is great.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you, by the way.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, always a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, what inspires you, dude? Like, what keeps you going? What do you think has? What's the stuff that keeps you pushing for more?
Death.
Death. Yeah.
Just
It's a popular answer, man.
Dude, death.
Death.
Like, man, just and everything. It's like we're gonna fucking die. Everyone, I just want to shout it from there. Everyone, be careful. We're all gonna fucking die. Just hurry. Do what you want to do now. Just enjoy it while you can. Like,
It's true, though.
dude, and do what you like right now, dude, because we're gonna fucking die. Like me, you, these people over here, we're all gonna fucking, as some people, like we're all point, we're all gonna, just do everything you want to do right now. Enjoy the fuck out of it, because at some point we're gonna be old and feeble, and it's gonna be like sad and shit. Like,
It's absolutely true,
yeah,
man.
so fucking do what you love, man.
Do you have like bucket list items that you actively go for, or like do you have a bucket list?
I haven't really sat down and written one out, but yeah, I like it. It all involves like nature shit. Like, dude, I want to go out. I've never seen the Grand Canyon. I want to go do that.
Yeah.
I want to go to fucking Yellowstone. I've never been to Yellowstone. All this shit like that. That's nothing too major. Nothing too crazy. I just want to do like reasonably attainable things, but I fucking never have the ways or the means to fucking go and actually do it. Or the people that actually, the good people to go do it with, you know.
I feel you, dude. It can be pretty tough to just go out there on your own to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, go see New York by yourself. Like, it seems easy, I guess.
New York,
but
yeah.
Nah, dude, it is easier with people.
Yeah.
It's all right, though. I think when the time is right, that'll come.
Yeah, New York would be cool. Again, I mean, like, I want to do more like nature. Like,
yeah,
New York is. Yeah,
well,
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I would want to go for the pizza for sure because I'm a huge pizza person. Fun fact about me: I used to do pizza for a long time before doing the mortuary shit. So
yeah.
I still know how to fucking make pizza from scratch, like the dough and everything. So.
Dude, I used to be a pizza boy too, and
yeah.
I firmly believe that anybody that was a pizza boy at any point in their life, or pizza woman, let me clarify, pizza boy, pizza girl, whatever, if you've worked at a pizza place at some point in your life, you're probably a pretty cool person.
Yeah.
You're probably a hard worker, and you're probably pretty relaxed as well.
Yeah, it was always fun. It was a job that I fell into, and like it was so easy. But eventually, I was like, okay, I got to do something else. Like, this
gotta upgrade.
Yeah, I gotta upgrade.
Gotta do it, dude. And I think you're into the right industry for sure now. So, I mean, is there anything else that you absolutely want to do? Do you want to, like, sell out a theater one day, go on a national tour, an international tour?
If I can go on a national tour, would be dope, man. Just like not even a big one, like not even like as the headline. I just want to be able to fucking go.
Just a couple states,
just
right?
do a couple of different states, and just being able to pay my way through it. Just kind of even break. If I can break even at least, or even make a little bit of money off of it, that would be awesome. But for now, like, I want to keep it reasonable. That would be a lot of fun. I would love to be able to keep, take this show on the road,
Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. I mean, have you ever thought about just setting up your own mini tours across state lines, just even over to Arizona or Oregon or, Washington, just up the coast?
I have.
Yeah.
But then at the same point, man, it would be expensive to do all that. So I don't know how I would.
I feel you.
Yeah. So I got to get in contact with people and get an idea of people that would actually pay to have me come out to their clubs and whatnot and do all that stuff. So
I think you're getting closer, dude.
Yeah, I just got to actually sit down and coordinate it and get it all done.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so outside of comedy, I imagine, do you have a lot of hobbies and stuff like you like to do? I know you like to work out a lot. That's something
a lot, yeah. I mean, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to stay somewhat physically active. Other hobbies and shit like that, man, would just be fucking hiking. Whenever I get the chance, I like to go hiking.
Hiking's great.
Dude, I don't get lately I have no free time, so
so I don't even feel, man.
I just like to fucking sit at home and relax whenever I get the chance now, man.
It's important too, though, to decompress and give yourself that time to let your mind be quiet, I think.
Yeah.
Reflect on what's happening and enjoy the moment for sure.
Yeah,
I was for always doing stuff.
When recently got out of one relationship, I had she took the PS4s. I'm just like, oh man, that was one hobby of mine out right now. So until I can get another one.
Well, don't worry, dude. You can always buy a new PS4.
Yeah, right. There will be other PS4s, and there will be other ones.
Yeah. Is there a certain game that you want to play a lot? I tend to get, if I do play video games, which I try not to because they're very addicting at times.
Oh, fuck yes.
You know what I mean?
Especially if it's a good game,
Fuck yeah, dude. I remember buying an Xbox specifically because I wanted to play Fallout. And I played Fallout from, the time I purchased it till, 4 or 5 months later, every single day.
Yeah, that's how I was, too, with Fallout as well, dude. The new one.
Yeah,
I bought that one.
Game.
It was a great game. I was playing it for months on end, just, nonstop. And I was all right. I was missing mics.
Right, it's real easy to do. That's why I try not to get too invested in video games because they're so damn good these days.
Right.
Sometimes, man, especially anything like Red Dead Redemption's a great game too.
That was another one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You and me right there, man.
Right, I just want to go
Red Dead. Yeah.
live fake life where it's cooler and robots and guns and crazy stuff exists.
It would be dope, man.
Yeah.
That's all I want, man. It's just just take me away in that life, and I'll just get high and just play video games all day. It would just be great, man.
Could be worse, man.
Could be worse.
Could be way worse.
Could be a lot worse.
So I wanted this to kind of be an inspirational podcast as well. So we've talked a little bit about what inspires you. And I just want to know if you could go back in time, do you think there's anything you would tell your younger self or your younger self as a comic in terms of advice for navigating the waters of life?
I would keep writing. I mean, yeah, that's one thing. And stage time, man, get up as much as possible, dude. Doesn't matter if you have the same shit or you don't know what to do. You're just gonna riff it. You just fucking stage time. Get up on stage as much as fucking possible, just constantly. And then eventually, when you produce, dude, start producing shows. That helps you get the foot in the door in a lot of other aspects. But don't ever forget the stage time and to work on your own comedic material, man. Because otherwise, it's like, what's it all for,
It's absolutely true, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely true, man. That is advice that you can take to the bank, as it were. Yeah, man. I mean, are there comedians that you look up to that you say, like, I want to be like that comedian?
Like famous ones, of course, man.
Like who? Like who's famous to you? Like I like Dana Gould a lot. I like early Louis Anderson a lot. I like Ted Alexandro a lot. A lot of people don't necessarily know who those people are.
Yeah, like me. Like I remember seeing Jay Moore a lot. Like when he was Jay Moore's fucking hilarious, dude. I don't know, I'm a huge Stanhope fan. Like, dude, that would be dope to just be able to get to that level of like kind of like who, but still being able to make a fucking living off of it. Like, that'd be great, dude. To get to that, level of mediocrity. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not mediocre
no, I'm just kidding. I'm just
at
kidding.
all.
Yeah.
No, I know you're joking, but that guy has lived such an inspiring life. Like,
absolutely.
He is taking himself out of mainstream life, out of mainstream America,
yeah.
And kind of forged his own path of his own. Doesn't necessarily need Hollywood. Doesn't need anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Just him and Hennigan if he needs them.
And it's great, dude.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to just get to that. And just
be an artist.
Exactly.
Be free.
Be an artist, but be free, but not too fucking like. I wouldn't mind doing the mainstream shit for a while, but I mean, no, that doesn't sound too appealing.
Right, not at all, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to be out on the road somewhere, wherever I want.
Exactly.
And just go show up and do a show or do whatever to entertain the people.
Just have the respect.
Comedy.
Right,
yeah. Just drop in,
be able
to do a set and make the room erupt in laughter.
Right. Hey, I know you had plans for just a whatever little show, but I'm here now.
Right.
Give me that fucking stage time and give me that money.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine you ever acting that way. You're a pretty kind dude, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Hopefully you don't lose that. Hopefully.
Right.
Mark my words. He's a nice guy right now.
Right now. 20 years from now, like, fuck Juan Cias, dude. Such a prick. He charged me double for burial. No.
Despite being the world's biggest comedian, dude's still kind of a miser when it comes to funeral services.
Right. He's just a total prick, man.
Yeah.
He didn't even care. He didn't even hand me out the brochures in the beginning, Just.
It's so funny, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still trip out to think that, like, there are moments where you probably just came from delivering a dead body.
Oh, yeah.
And then now you're at the mic going to talk about, like, dick jokes and dating.
Yeah, dude, It's, there have been several times where it's like, I've seen something dramatic, just moments, fucking hours beforehand, and, like, I go in there, depending on how bad, I've had moments where I always swear to God, like, I want to fucking cry, dude. Like, it's just I saw something that's just terrible. But then, like, I'll go to the mic, end up having a fucking great night, and it's just like, oh my God, that was just awesome, I'll talk about it. Sometimes I vent about it, and sometimes it turns out to be brilliant material,
Do you think it helps you to go up there and vent about it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely a big, like, portion of fucking, like, therapy for me, man. Because, like, I see some crazy shit, and it just feels good to talk to people about it and to have people, like, because, like, that's one thing is, like, a lot of more people that work in the mortuary field, like, when we see that shit, there's a lot of jokes that are said in the back. They're just like, like, it's just some shit I would never bring to the stage because some of it is kind of fucking classless, but at the same point, it's important for us to just normal, because this is a part of fucking life, man. Like, this is what happens to every single person. Like, at some point, it's a very tragic moment. It's a very fucking traumatic moment for people. So we've all gone through it, unfortunately. Some people not yet, but eventually we all will go through people, fucking either family or friends, and it's gonna be like a fucked up moment. But it's something that happens, and we gotta fucking find a way to, like, and take the power back on it, So, because
these fat cat funeral homes,
right?
Forest Lawn. No.
Fucking Rose Hills.
Yeah, Rose Hills.
Fucking bunch of pricks, literally.
My grandmother's buried there. It's a very beautiful
It's
place.
very beautiful. It is very beautiful.
I mean, they're definitely, they want their money up front, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
They look like a place that has a lot of wealth.
Fucking, they'll break your legs, dude.
Right, it seems that way.
They'll come after you. They'll send little because there's a lot of Asians out there, so they'll send little Japanese people after you.
It's kind of cool.
Little
We
ninjas.
can go up there on any given weekend and see a lot of Asian people burning ghost paper. Is that what it's called? Ghost money? Ghost paper?
Yeah.
It's, riches that they want the dead to carry over into the next life. But it's beautiful symbolism behind it. Interesting to watch. All of them look like a real, like, hundreds sometimes.
Man,
It's weird to see.
I'm not too familiar with that one. I've seen some different, Asian. There's different. That's one of my favorite things about it is seeing the different cultures, what they do differently to grieve. So it's always interesting to see what people do.
Is there a particular way you think that is like your preferred way? Like, let's say, knock on wood, Juan Cias dies tomorrow.
Yes.
What is your in resources, money, all that planning, time? Not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
What's your ideal funeral like? How do you want to go? How do you want to be buried?
It's going to be lights. First of all, it's going to be lots of lights. It's going to be beautiful, baby. It's going to be beautiful, I tell you. No, I don't know. Depending what the nature is. If I'm viewable, then fucking get a good embalmer. Our guy's pretty good right now. Get him.
It's so funny. Are there like people that are a little bit better in the industry than others?
Oh, absolutely. It's
That's
like, this is a mason. Okay, this is gonna be a good call. This is
Like
this embalmer used to be really good, but I don't know. Lately, the drugs, I don't know. And there's certain ones that are taking extra care, and a lot of it comes through the detail work at the end of it. Though I don't really do the embalming so much, not anymore. But I used to be an apprentice with that. But now I do dress them, I do get them ready, and like little details make a big difference, and I like putting in attention to the little details when I can,
Yeah. Are there like?
But back to the question though. I would think I would go cremation definitely for sure because it's more economical. And you can do random shit with the ashes, or you can spread them somewhere, or you can keep them. Burial is just like it just seems like a waste. Like I don't know, like to me it's so weird, dude. Because like we live off of this earth, we live and die off of this earth. Everything that comes off, like everything that nourishes us, comes from the earth, and it takes care of us. But at the end of it, we're supposed to kind of repay it by just dying naturally and just kind of becoming compost. But we're taking that part away from it as well. We're cheating Mother Earth from that shit as well, man. We embalm it with fucking unnatural fucking carcinogens and shit, dude, and then we fucking put it inside of a steel box. And put the steel box instead of a concrete box, and we seal it both of them like up tightly and shit. Like the worms can't even get to it if they wanted to. Which, God, I guess it's a good thing because it's all carcinogens and shit. But it's just weird. The whole thing is just like
it's a weird way of looking at it. Like humans are just carcinogens.
Like we're
filling the earth with.
It's a fucked up thing. So it's like we're taking up floor space. Like at least stand them up. Like damn it. Like we're laying them all down. Like that's a lot of room we're taking up, man. Like
that is true. I've thought about that often. Like why aren't we standing these people up, especially if it's like 6 feet?
Dude, yeah,
deep,
that's
perfect.
Go down deep and just fucking stand them up. I mean, Jesus, come on. We only have so much space here if everyone's going to go this way. I think that's why a lot more people are going on cremation.
I mean, do you know? Does it expire? Like when you buy a plot, is it forever?
It's forever, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You have that land.
Yeah,
you're a certified landowner at that point.
It's easier to buy a grave than it is to buy a home.
Yeah,
in most
more,
of California, I'm sure.
A lot of paperwork still, but still ultimately, you qualify if you can make like over a couple $100 payments. Like
it's so funny.
You're good.
So I mean, even in a world where resources don't matter, you want to be career-minded because that's the most economical and practical way to go.
Yeah, it makes more sense to me. It's just. Either that, there's another thing they do now. There's things called a body farms, where they literally they just let the bodies just fucking out in a field somewhere. They have like a little protective cage over them and shit, and they just let them fucking decompose naturally.
Why?
Into the woods.
Just to
for scientific purposes, so they can kind of study the bodies and shit like that. But also just that seems interesting to me. Also, I don't know, have you ever heard of a Tibetan sky burial?
No, what is that?
The Tibetan sky burial. What that is they take this body out into the fucking mountains. And they let the vultures just have at them. I think that would be. Thing? No, this is an actual thing. You can fucking look it up on your phone. Tibetan sky burials. It's like the monks. They take these bodies out into the fucking mountains and they just chop them. Just like I don't know if they put them in pieces or they just leave the bodies out there whole. And then there's just just packs of vultures that live out there. They just let the vultures have at them, dude. Like
that's a pretty metal fucking way to go. Dude.
Hell yeah, dude. I think that's another way I would like to go. Like ship my body to Tibet.
Right, must be thrown off Eagle Canyon or whatever it is.
It must be consumed by no less than 50 vultures.
Right. Oh
fucking
man.
Eyes first.
I can't imagine how fucking horrific that must be. I mean, I imagine you don't throw the person off and immediately like a pack of vultures comes out. But who knows?
They could. I think
right?
they do.
They
I
might.
don't know. They may. Either way, it's fucking vultures just fucking having their thing. I'm sure there's probably other critters involved and whatnot, but it's mainly the vultures. They come in and they just fucking start like it's pretty gnarly. You can see pictures and shit online.
Oh, you know I will. You know I will. And I encourage everybody else to. Again, we do not encourage death or glorify suicide or anything like that.
But hey, if you're gonna do it, here's how you do it. No,
get vultures, right? No.
Right.
Oh man. So I mean, in terms of wake services, ideally, what are we looking at? Just want regular picture of Juan Cias on a piano somewhere.
Dude,
maybe a guy playing soft jazz.
Yeah, if it's like I said, if it's a viewing, because you can still do viewing followed by cremation. So I would want to do that. I want to make sure at least a 4-hour viewing, and I want to make sure just a fucking playlist of different songs. It cannot be the same song over and over.
What kind of songs? Like I had a uncle specifically
I have a playlist.
Old school.
Yeah, the old school. That's always a dope ass fucking way to do it for
right.
him, dude. But I would want to have a mix, a little bit of fucking, just a little bit of everything. The shit I listen to. Like I did a playlist. I don't know if I still have it, but fucking just songs that I want to have played at my fucking funeral. Like ranges from oldies to fucking fucking old classic rock to
the
newer
Rain
shit.
Song
Just fucking
by
dude,
Led Zeppelin.
That would be fucking dope, dude. Yeah, dude, fucking. Yeah, there's a lot of different shit because playlists are so important. I feel like in the funeral homes, people don't fucking. I always stress that to families.
Oh my god!
Some of them are just like, just play whatever. I'm like, no, look at me right now. Like you don't understand. Like people get much more comfortable when it's music they understand, and they recognize and shit. Like
why would you introduce the family to Van Halen at a wake?
It's like, but. I had one family recently. They picked fucking "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees.
I was
like, that's fucking dope. Like, fuck it, I'm down.
Great.
Like, let's make a joke about this whole thing. I'll fucking put on a mask and everything. Like,
yeah, I gotta say, I've heard you talk about it several times. So, I feel like you got to tell the world. They need to know. Can you explain? What's your take on people that have "My Way" by Frank Sinatra played at their funeral?
Fucking "My Way," man. I feel like it gets played a lot at funerals, like, and it's overplayed. Like, it's a great song, but I feel like most of the time when they play it, that for sure, when they're playing, it's because that guy was an asshole. Like that guy was for sure an asshole. My Way. A lot of times, dude, is a fucking like you can always tell, man. Sorry, we just had a random lady come up and try to sell us candy.
Was that what she was doing?
I don't know what she was
selling
doing.
us candy? She had a handful of candy.
She had a handful of candy. She was asking for something. I don't know. But I was like, hey, lady.
I heard cheese. I don't know.
We're clearly fucking recording right now, lady.
Yeah, like we don't have time to buy your candy.
We have headsets on. We have fucking microphones.
Yeah, I'm trying to be discreet in the corner here, but very clearly.
Yeah, people see us and they're like, oh, everyone's walking over. What's going on over here then? Huh?
Radio show, huh?
Right? Oh, it's just one of them. Yeah, it's just
little
a
Hispanic boys doing a radio show in the corner there at Tito's.
But what was I see this lady? God
viewing.
Damn it, lady.
You had a family. We were talking about Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra's, yeah. Okay, Frank Sinatra. That typically means that person was an asshole, honestly. Yeah. It just honestly it means like that. It was just like an asshole, but he was our asshole. It's like we love him no matter what, but he was a fucking total prick for the most part. It's just a song that gets played, I think, way too much, which is, like I said, I can get it. The song "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" by Israel Kamea.
Oh my
God,
that
song
must be played all the fucking time.
That gets played way too many times, dude. Like it gets overplayed. I don't like it. It's a great song, but god damn it, it's just like. Are
there any songs you've heard that are stood out as incredibly unique, or I haven't heard Us and Them in a while. I'm glad that this person is playing this for some reason.
I remember one time I was at a young person's funeral. They were playing. They were playing a Tool song off the 10,000 Days album. I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, this is fucking dope right now. Love Tool. That's fucking awesome that they've, they still respected the guy enough to not play just cheesy song. And they still played his playlist, which involved Tool. So right then and there, I was like, oh, I started getting choked up. I was like
yeah, right. Like this family cares about their
Yeah.
deceased family member.
Yeah, dude, that's always, man. That's what I always hope for.
I bet, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I feel like if I were to go, I would want to make it incredibly personal and special too.
Yeah.
So for the record, if I ever go early, I need somebody to make sure that they play the entire movie, Big Fish, at my viewing.
Its entirety.
In its entirety. You got to watch it.
That's something
I'm
that'd be
sorry.
beautiful, man. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I never had anybody request a movie, but it's like, that'd be dope. It's like, Blood In, Blood Out was his favorite movie.
Oh my
just,
God.
We're just going to have this.
You know what?
Yeah.
Scratch that. Blood in.
Fucking Meatloaf.
Yeah,
Man.
Meatloaf.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my God, that would be so deliciously inappropriate.
That
Like,
would
was
be
he
awesome.
was he a gangster? Like, why would we watch Blood In, Blood Out?
Shut
What's
up.
a chonch? What the
Chon.
chon?
Oh, man.
Ronnie, what's a chon? No, but somebody needs to play Big Fish at my viewing
Hell
before
yeah.
I go, and then I guess you heard it here first, man. Tibetan funeral.
Tibetan sky
Let's do
burials,
this.
man. Let's
Tibetan
fucking
sky burial.
shipping them to Tibet.
Yeah.
I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to take them out there. I'm going to hike them out there myself physically on my back
Please.
and just fucking throw them to the
Put
fucking
on a
to
nice
the vultures.
pepper jerk rub. Get it nice and ready for those birds.
And like afterwards, I'm gonna mourn appropriately. I'm gonna get drunk off of whatever it is the Tibetans get drunk off of, and then like I'm gonna buy trinkets. I'll buy a few trinkets on the way back home. You know, something to remember. Then like something to pass out to the people. It's like, hey, I had a good time in Tibet. Besides everything that went down.
And then years later, someone will be like, "Oh, what are these? You know, that's from my time in Tibet." And I'm like, "Was it cool?" Like, it was all right.
It was very disrespectful.
It's all
How
right.
dare you. It was solemn and respectful,
Right?
sir.
Yeah. So great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're getting to that point where we're about to wrap it up.
Winding down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any particular way to end this. I liked the way that we ended the other podcasts. I gave Matt one last chance to give us some wisdom. Do you have any parting words for us? Anything to inspire, motivate, or entertain anybody out there that might be listening?
I just want to end it like a traditional Mexican. Just want to go bum bum, you know.
Oh, it's so great. I'm sorry.
And that's my words of wisdom. Bum bum. That's
All
it.
right. You know what? Let's sign off then, and not to give away too much of your material, but one request,
Yeah.
if you can, before we take off here, if you just give the audience a song to go look up that's particularly meaningful, or it has some connection to you, that you want them to look up. Maybe it's something they've never heard. And furthermore, can you please do it in the favorite voice that I know you do well? One man that may have done a request for Spooky, coming from MJ. He's sorry he didn't pay your alimony.
I would say, man, if you look up a fucking song, this next song goes out to Chewy. Chewy, the song's from Sad Girl. Sad Girl says she misses you and she'll see you in 3 to 6 months. Here's Searchin', Searchin' for My Baby by James Brown. Kisses.
Thank you very much for coming on, Juan. It's nice to see you.
Thank you, man. Bum bum.